Hello.
Hello,
I was
can you
waiting
hear
for the
me?
magic pop up. I can hear you. There's the magic pop
Perfect.
up that says you are live. Fabulous.
Oh,
Hello. I am so excited for this next chat as well. It's a very juicy day today. In case anyone's only joined us now and you're wondering why I'm here and talking when it's not my presentation, hi, I'm Lauren. I'm doing your moderation for the day. And I'm very pleased to now introduce the lovely Giovanni from Amazon App Store. And we're going to have a really awesome presentation from you. I am very much looking forward to this. So without further ado, the stage is yours. Thank you.
that's great. Thank you. So, welcome everyone. I'm Giovanni Laquidara. I'm developer advocate for the Amazon App Store. That means that I'm helping developers and partners to jump on board with the apps and the games for our Fire OS devices and all about the Amazon App Store. And today we'll see something about something about gaming on smart TV. So my presentation is this one: so smart TV game development, and we will analyze the challenges and the opportunities, and even I will like show you some technicalities. So if you are a developer and listening to this, like attending this presentation, you will see some like technicalities about how to develop for the smart TVs, which tool to use. So first of all, like let's do an introduction, a brief introduction about what is the smart TV game development, because probably you are coming from the world of game development, so maybe for triple A games, or for console, PC, mobile, like a lot of you. Yesterday, I had an amazing panel about the future of mobile game development, and it was about amazing all the questions that we had also about this. So, like many of you probably are coming from mobile game development. But the smart TV game development is often considered a niche because many think about this like just as a subset of like user that you can have with normal what is considered normal game development. Essentially, smart TV is about the ecosystem that is like, of course, we'll see it suffer a lot of fragmentation. This is something that you already use if you are used to work with mobile. But this is like, we will see that it's a massive challenge. Then we'll see a little bit of, yeah, of course, like there are technical challenges like for consider smart TV game development experience. And that's because usually the hardware of the smart TVs is like a little bit behind in terms of generation in technical hardware than the one of the mobile world, like the smartphone and tablet world. And then we'll see also a little bit of tools and strategy of how you can actually achieve the success in this field. That is not quite trivial, because you need to know what you have to use for this development. So what are we talking like I say, smart TV? What is a smart TV? It's a TV that usually has connected to the internet. So like whatever smart devices you already used to use. It usually has an app store, so there is a way to for you as a developer to distribute your app or game, and as a user to download and install it. So actually, TV that is connected to internet and have an app store, it's a smart TV. This is considered smart TV. Of course, many of you probably already have a smart TV at home. And sometimes this can be, the hardware of the smart TV can be straight away inside the hardware of the TV, or sometimes you need to use a dongle, a smart TV dongle like the Fire TV or other hardware that can make smarter your TV. Like I said, there is a lot of fragmentation, and we will see the different operating system and different hardware that you need to target. But many of like I had like a lot of time this presentation and even about how to develop apps for smart TV. And the usual question that raised from the audience is like, why should I ever go from me like seeing me as a mobile developer, as a mobile game developer toward TV game development? So let's see some of the numbers, because sometimes the numbers help you understand the market size and maybe help you to take the decision to develop for smart TVs. So like For this is like some data that I gather online, like from source of truth that you can see like in the URL back in the bottom of the slide. And the market value in dollars, in billion of dollars, for the smart TV is going to be 298 billion by 2026. So this is the total market value. So like consider it the selling of the hardware of smart TV, and will be as this market value will be driven by a strong adoption in North America and all the Asian Pacific world. And so the massive growth will be from these two markets, and this is essentially important to understand which market do you need to tackle. Considering only the field of the apps that are running on smart TV, in 2021 there were over 10,000 apps. So all considering all the sets of apps, not only games. So game is a chunk of this number. Of course, it's like one of the most biggest chunk inside this number, and the revenue in US dollars was about 1.5 billion in 2021. I don't have the updated data, but as you can see, is a really big revenue. Of course, smaller than the mobile one, but why say no to this kind of revenue, like that is adding up to yours? The world of smart TV app is led by the streaming apps. So like, like the one that you're used to when you want to watch a movie, a series. But the second set, this is a bigger set of smart TV app, is the one of gaming. So like user sitting on their sofa and play with the game without connecting any console. We just straight away downloading or probably they already have installed some of their favorite games inside the smart TV, and usually playing in a different way than the way that you are used to if you are considering mobile or console or PC. And usually the revenue model of these games and apps, so smart TV games and apps, are based on three main revenue streams. So the subscription model, in-app purchases, and advertising. So pretty much the same one. In this, like there are a lot of similarities with the mobile world. In this set of TVs, there are a massive set that are based on the Android platform. So something that probably you're already developing for, considering mobile. And these two main groups, and these two main sets that are below, that are inside the Android groups of Smart TV are Google TV and Fire TV. Google TV from Google, of course, Google Android TV, and Fire TV from Amazon. So these are two screenshots that I took from YouTube. These videos are live for everyone to see. One is from the Google channel, another one from the Amazon channel. And these videos are from last year, and are expressing the number, that showcasing the numbers that we can talk about around the distribution of these two platforms. So the Android family of Smart TV. Google said that there was like 150 million plus Android TV monthly active users, and Amazon has sold more than 200 millions of Fire TV devices. That is like Fire TV with the real TV integrated, the Fire TV integrated with the hardware on the TV, or even like considering the Fire TV sticks. That's something that I don't need to show you. Probably you already own one. But in this, we were talking about that this is the Android group. But like I say to you in the introduction, we have a massive problem in the world of Fire TV. Me as a developer face a lot this issue. Like we are not only considering, like if you think about mobile, you have iOS and Android. Of course, you have some minor operating system maybe based on Android, open source, and some variation of it. But that's it. You are taking two platforms, and then you know which tool can you use, which tool you can use. in smart TV, in the smart TV world, yeah, of course, you have the Android TV and the Fire TV that are the one based on the Android platform. By the way, the Fire TV is based on Fire. It's like the Fire TV one, that is one I'm working with, is based on Fire OS. That is a version like of the, it's using the Android open source project. So to customize the experience. So like it's based on Android. Essentially, it's like Android without the Google Play services. Then we have like the smart TV from Samsung powered by Tizen. So a different kind of operating system. There is the LG WebOS TVs. So different kind of operating system. Of course, you have the Apple TV and the Roku platform. So like I say, like you have a massive properties that you need to consider when you are when you will decide to port your game or to create your game for the smart TV platform. We can see another challenge then you need to decide to tackle if you want to apply for this game development world. And it's about a technical constraint that probably you're already facing too. Like if you are an app developer, you probably never considered this. But if you're a game developer, probably you already had. Of course, if you're a mobile game developer, no. But if you're like a AAA game developer, you already know about this. And it's like that the user that is using your game and your app is usually at a distance that we from this field call 10 feet UI. That is like the median distance that the user have from your application, and it's like from the screen, from the UI of your game or for your and your application. So like it's about 3 meters from the meters thinking people here. Of course, there are a lot of hardware. There is not only the hardware fragmentation. And there is not only the software and the OS fragmentation, there's also hardware fragmentation. You have different screen, different way of input. And usually, if you are a mobile developer and you're used to design your game designing the interaction of your game, considering the touch screen that is the main interface between your user and your game, in this case, when you are considering the smart TV game development, you need to consider that the user will usually access a small piece of hardware that will allow him or her to control your game. That's the basic one, and it's the TV controller. That also this one has a massive variation, fragmentation across all the different platforms. But it's basically have some commonalities between the different platforms. So, of course, maybe you can decide that your game will only work with a controller, maybe a Bluetooth controller or USB controller connect with your TV. So like the console or the PC one. But who knows, maybe you want to give access to your game on smart TV to all the people that just have that smart TV. So possessing just a smart TV will means that your user will just have the controller, so the remote. So one aspect that you need to consider if you want to develop a game for smart TV is this: give the possibility to the user to use the remote, so mapping all the keys of your games to use the controller, to use the remote. Of course, you can also use, like I said, the controller. So you can the normal USB controller or Bluetooth controller. Nowadays, a lot of smart TV offer the possibility to connect Bluetooth with the headphones or with the connecting the headphones or other peripherals like the controller to the TV. So one of the big important, massive thing that is also help you when you will deploy your game on smart TV to pass some certification parameters. That is about using the remote and the controller. So this is one of the most important things. Of course, like there is a consideration to make here that it's also mostly, I could say it's one of my personal opinion. Consider that smart TV offer this kind of controller, so like the remote, and usually the remote has not like a super complicated interface. Like usually the numbers of buttons present in the remote are limited, so there are like I don't know, probably no more than 10, like not consider the numbers or other kind of buttons, like to control the character of your game. Probably you have like directional cross that can be touched, that can be like just with normal button, and then you have like some other button here or there, like as you can see in the picture on the left side. So this would be an amazing platform, the Smart TV, to distribute like hyper casual game. That is a game that can be controlled with not like a couple of keys probably, and that can be easily adapted with your Smart TV controller, Smart TV remote, and a controller that you can attach via Bluetooth. And of course, like I said, there are different variation even in the interface in your application with the controller and with the screen, considering based on the OS operating system running on the Smart TV. Like I said in the introduction, we have the Android world that is of Smart TV that is like based on the massive two massive platforms, one from Google, one from Amazon, Fire TV and Android TV. In this slide, you have like the two screenshots of the main user experience on the on screen, in which the user can use the directional cross of the controller to select the series, the TV they want to watch, or your games. And the same interface can be applied for the App Store. So like usually the user navigates toward the App Store, selecting the app or game that he wants or she wants, and then can download it like using the directional cross, pressing OK, installing it, and that's it. So like a sample like the UI of the App Store usually have some UI guidelines that represent the guidelines of the normal streaming application. Just select your content, install the content, play with the content, or that can be a movie or can be your game. So we saw a little bit of like what are the two main things to consider if you develop for Smart TV that I like in my personal opinion is this one. So like the fragmentation of the operating system and the controller and the design of the UI. So like the 10-foot UI issue, the controller, the input based on the remote, and the fragmentation, like I said. So which one? As a developer, like a lot of people ask me, okay, but what tool can I use? Which technology, which programming language can I use to tackle all the different platforms and to handle all the different inputs? So nowadays there are two main technologies that you can use straight away. One is like using the Unity IDE, the Unity system and IDE, and another one is programming your game with HTML5 and JavaScript tool set. Okay, so these are the two main technology stacks that you can choose to try and deploy on port your game across the different platforms. Of course, like if you're talking about the Android TV and Fire TV, I would say if you want to tackle all this only that platform, you can just like straight away deploy create a game that is like deployable on the Android platform. There are a little bit of like tricks to do it, to adapt your game, but essentially it's the Android platform, so you can use like even Unreal Engine or whatever you want for the Android platform. But if you want to develop for the majority of the operating system running on TV nowadays, you need to choose more or less between these two main work stream, Unity or HTML5. I want to show you a sample of this. Like, what does it mean to, okay, I have a game on Unity, I want to port it for the Smart TV world. Of course, like considering that your game should not have should not be based on a massive consumption of resources. So like, don't consider like about super like complicated 3D worlds with a lot of like different kind of powerful physical engine, because remember that you are running on hardware that is a little bit older than the one of the smartphone. So like, yes, consider the performance problem and test as early as possible on probably the most number of TV that you can access. But if you have like an hyper casual games, like here I have like a simple games, like, okay, like it's like I would say flappy chicken, okay, just like a chicken that is like going like a Flappy Bird games across the sky. Let's see. Okay, now is not building. Yes, it's building. Like you see, okay, yeah, I lost. That's like because it's not the focus of the presentation. So I have a Unity game. I want to build it for 5 TVs, okay, and Android TV as well. Okay, let's say I have to go to build settings. So this is already integrated in the Unity platform. Then I have to choose the Android platform. That's it, because like I say, it's based on Android TV, of course, and Fire TV. Then I need to go to player settings. And one of the option that I need to consider, and many people forget about it, is like, let me go to on the bottom. It should be in the player setting, something about TV that I cannot find now. Let me see. There should be Android TV. Okay. Android, there should be Android TV compatibility. Yes, there is here an option to enable. And if you put this, enable it, you will have Android game, perfect. And also you can choose if this app, your game, will work on the directional pad, so with the remote of the TV that I was talking about, on the like support gamepads or required gamepads. It's important option if you like put required gamepad, like operating system like Fire TV. When you are about to download, when your user will be about to download your game, will be informed with a dialog. Oh, this game is compatible, requires a gamepad, so connect a gamepad. So this is very important. Then until this, you're ready to go. Let's see that I don't know, like you wanna implement the in-app purchases that Fire TV is offering with the Amazon App Store SDK. Yes, let's say Unity has already integrated the selection of which in-app purchase you want to use for your game. It should be services, and then you go to in-app purchasing, and then here you can choose to configure in-app purchase, and then like I can see it's on a project setting window, and the current build target is Android. And then I can choose that my selected app store will be Google Play for Google and the relative in-app purchase, so Amazon App Store. And then I can select this, and then my Amazon App Store in-app purchase is already selected. And then to implement that in-app purchase call, I guess probably this is too small here, but I can share with you the slides later, and I will write an article around it. So like you can use the API of Unity for in-app purchases to handle both the App Store in-app purchases. So pretty easy, and that's like this is a basic way to create a small game, hyper casual game, distributed to the majority of the Android Smart TV platform with in-app purchases. But also Unity gave the possibility to develop for Tizen. So there is an easy export for Tizen. You can go to their documentation and check about it, the Unity one. Or you can export in a game that is HTML5 and JavaScript based, and then you can target the LG WebOS or different smart TV application. Of course, there is probably some work on adapting the codes and the project, but it's very minimal. And if your app is not so much performance oriented, like not so much like performance heavy, demanding, you can be sure that you will easily adapt your game. So I want to show you the distribution part. So like if you have an Android game and you want to develop for TV, you have to go to the Google Play console, and then the TV option is hidden in the advanced setting. You can see on the left side on the slide. And then here you can select the form factor and select the TV. And then you can go on putting your package and so your actually game that will be distributed for your user. For the Amazon App Store, of course, like I found it's a little bit clear that you can just go to the Amazon App Store, you log in, you register as a user, and then when you upload the APK, in this case because it's an Android-based platform, you can have straight away the tab that is allowing you as a developer to choose which device you want to enable your game for. And then like we have a selection of tablets that is like all the family of the Fire, Kindle Fire tablets and so on. And then you also have the second tab that is Amazon Fire TV and automotive. Oh yeah, that's very important because Fire TV is also supporting, is also running on some car platform as an automotive system. So in this way, you can target your game even for that kind of platform. You will be distributed on Fire TV for the TV, for the living room, and for the car environment. And this case, you might want to consider handling the touch interaction. So because on the car there is a touch screen, a little bit trickier, but not complicated. That's the thing. And yeah, more or less that's it. We just released on our YouTube channel, that is Amazon App Store Developers, a video about how to, with more information about gaming for the Fire OS family, so even the Fire TV, and even how to use AWS, Amazon AWS for games. So I will suggest you to go there and check the video. It's a quite complete video around all this platform. Yeah, thank you. Now I will switch to the window of question. If you have some question, this is a live presentation, so yeah.
No worries. Thank you so much, Giovanni. That was great. I have spotted a couple of questions I can ask you that came in. So the first one is regarding resources. How can I be sure that the performances of the various smart TVs are sufficient to run my games well? Is there no automatic verification mechanism? I'm afraid there are too many devices in the world to test, or at least are there some checklists or guidelines to follow? That one came in.
So yes, so like I said, like the fragmentation is a big issue on the world of smart TV, and I suggest you not only for the games but for the apps as well. As a developer, you need to test on much more devices as possible, but usually like on many devices as possible. Usually like small studios, they have not the possibility to buy all the TVs. For the Android world, the smart TV world based on Android, and so Google, Amazon Fire OS, you have the emulator, and that's it. Like usually that one is already what you need to test your game. For the other things, like as a developer, because I'm a developer by myself, like I try. Of course, I cannot buy all the TVs in the world, all the smart TV in the world, for money issues. Of course, like I cannot buy all the space issues. Because you need to actually put them in your room and you don't have a lab. So I suggest like you to export the game as a HTML5 JavaScript and test it on the browser with a Bluetooth controller. Then when actually is the moment to deploy from this app store, check the every app store like Amazon, Google, I can send you like the URL for this as the checklist you have to go through before you submit the games. And these are actually the checklists that the team that are testing the good quality of the games will test. So like you go through the checklist. It's actually a test that you can use like straight away with emulators on like cheap Fire TV or cheap Android TV. Yeah, for other platform, I consider like test the HTML5 version of it. Yeah,
I
but
love that you
it's
said
a must.
that, because that actually ties to the other question that came in. If there's a
Nice.
quick way to give the instructions, how do you export JavaScript HTML5 games? So how do you do that?
Yeah, from Unity there are the option to deploy the package for it. Of course, even here, okay, you can like build the Android packages from Unity straight away from the player settings, like I show you before. Let me see. Or you can so from Unity, using Unity, there are the instruction in the player about how to export this. So like go to build settings, and then you have like WebGL. Of course, they have also tvOS. I didn't know about this. I didn't. So like you can like deploy for tvOS. You can deploy. This is the iOS platform. You can deploy for the Android platform as well. But usually, you can use like the WebGL to install the one for supporting WebGL. Of course, your TV, your smart TV need to support WebGL technology. Or if you are running on old models based on only to HTML5 Java and JavaScript, in this case, I suggest you to start straight away to build a web game. So like with different tools. So the HTML5 part, like I say.
Fantastic. All right. As somebody who doesn't really work in Unity directly, I'm just going to trust that this made sense to the people who asked. So thank you for that very much. We are sadly at time, but if anyone has more questions for Giovanni, I'm pretty sure he'll be happy for you to reach out. So please do. The smart TV topic is definitely a bit of an untapped market. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to keep talking about. So
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Then we'll see you all in another stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.